Hello, Aaron. Aaron, are you there? Aaron.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hello, Aaron. This is Red Henderson. You may remember talking with me a few months ago, back, I believe, last summer was the last time we spoke.
I think you need to reacquaint yourself with me. I'm not sure I recall.
My name is Red Henderson.
I'm just kidding, Red. I'm
one
of course, I remember you.
Alabama dogs,
Red.
Alabama guys.
Oh, geez, here we go.
I'm glad that we can finally take this time to talk, Aaron. It's been quite a while, and I know that there had been some problems that maybe you and your other co-host Carlin had identified, and you might have tried to come up with a plan to sabotage the Pod James Pod company. And I would like to give you a message from Alabama Dog. Now, I have already messaged...
Is he there?
I have already given this message to Carlin, so you do not need to worry about passing this along. But it is the directive of Alabama Dog that you are to immediately cease doing any discussions on the XXX movies. These are not James Bond movies. And you need to stop talking about things that are not James Bond.
Listen, I already read your emails, Red.
Did you also see the
well
email
aware of this.
about the new practice that we are instituting here?
Remind me of that one. It goes in my spam, and sometimes I get them, sometimes I don't.
Well, Alabama Dog has decided that he would like all members of this company to go through the Bama assessment. And so you at this point have not gone through that, and that has been part of the problem for the podcast holdup.
The podcast holdup? Yeah. Listen, am I the only one who hasn't done it?
At this point, you are. Carlin has finally agreed. We have discussed it with him quite.
Carlin caved. He caved.
Okay. I would not put it that way. I would put he finally saw the proper way of seeing things.
So you're saying if I don't do this Bama Dog assessment, that what will happen?
I have a question for you, Aaron. Does my microphone sound a little funny to you? How is it that Carlin uses this microphone system and sounds so crystal clear, and yet I do not? That I do not know.
I don't know. Are you a robot?
I am not a robot. That is a funny question, Aaron. I'm not a robot. I am a human being.
Okay. What does this question have to do with what I was asking about?
Aaron, I'm going to go ahead and pass the microphone off to Carlin, and he will give you the assessment. We have asked him
Thank
to do
God.
It.
All right, see you, Red. Bye.
Aaron, I would also like to ask you
I just want to talk
question.
to Carlin.
One more question, Aaron. Have you noticed any more missing trucks of late that your son has not been able to find?
Can I just talk to Carlin?
All right, Aaron. I hope you put these words that I've given to you to take them to heart.
Yep, I've written them all down.
And it
I
has
have
been
them
a pleasure.
written down right here.
And if you will just wait a minute or so, I will have
a minute.
Carlin, or however long it takes.
Do you have to unhandcuff him?
I will have to go see where he is. He was not certain how long our discussion would go.
Yeah,
I will go see where he is. And Aaron, it's always a pleasure. And I will talk to you, I'm sure, very soon.
What in the heck is going on? Personality, an assessment from Bama Dog.
Come on in here, Carlin. All right.
Thank you very much, Red. I appreciate you letting me host my podcast. This is absurd. I don't know why
That's right.
you think you can come in here and start last podcast and this podcast. It starts mandating what we do, what we have to do.
Carlin, are you there?
Okay.
You there?
Hello, Aaron. Are you on?
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, what's going on over there? You okay?
Things have gotten really weird. I think I told you, and it's been a while. It's been a while since you and I have talked.
Yeah, I heard you caved. I heard you caved about these
they weren't
ridiculous assessments.
There was no other way to talk to you. There was no other way. They were not going to.
No other way. They take away your cell phone.
They disconnected my whole Skype setup. They'd already moved me into another office where I wasn't in my own office. I was in it was like one of those workspace sharing offices or something like that.
Oh, those open environments.
Plans. Yeah, it's.
Those are so cute. There's modern.
I had a phone on my desk. I had a phone. Okay. On my desk.
Somebody take your phone.
I'm one of the co-hosts. I come back to my desk one day and the guy next to me is taking my phone off my desk. Like I don't need a phone.
Red did?
Well, it wasn't Red, but it was one of the other Alabama guys.
One of the Bamilonians?
Yeah, one of the Bamilonians.
Wait, aren't our pictures on the front of the building? Like, people know this as the James Pod headquarters.
Yeah, so now months ago, maybe a year ago, I don't know if you remember, I told you that Bama Dog got a girlfriend, like a New Hampshire dog, which I thought was really weird. He barely comes in here anymore. He barely comes in, but when he comes in, he is like, I think he has rabies or something. Like, he is just mad about everything. He's yelling at everybody, and you should be glad you were not here the day he realized we had done the Triple X episode. He was not happy. That was a bad day.
Was he yelling? Was he yelling at you? Barking? Did he bite?
Yes. He did not bite. He did not bite. Okay.
Was he on a leash?
He got very close. I mean, he was showing his teeth. He's like the dog lips were, getting up there, and you could see
oh my gosh, it was like Cujo.
Yeah, it was like Cujo, exactly. And I think his New Hampshire dog girlfriend was telling him stuff to think and do and stuff. I think I don't know if she's running the show really behind the scenes. It is.
Has she been in the office?
I've seen her, but I haven't ever talked to her. She's she'll kind of rush in and rush out, and they'll keep me away from her. And
as long as she doesn't have an office there, I'll tell you what. I listen, Carl. I'm sorry. I'll admit I've been out of it. We haven't done a podcast in a long time, and it's. I know it's because of me. I thought it was because of us, because I thought we were holding out and doing these ridiculous assessments.
We were.
What I thought were empty threats from Bama Dog that he was going to not let us do the show unless we did these mandatory questionnaires about. I haven't even seen it.
Well,
What is it?
I'm supposed to, the only way we can do another show after this one is if I give you the assessment here right now.
No, I'm not. I'm not doing that.
I have to.
I can't do that.
Look.
Listen. I have a code of ethics.
There may not be another. There may not be another episode ever again if we don't do it, or there might be another way.
Well, okay. What?
Well, I have another idea, but I just don't know if you're going to go for it. So we can do the assessment, or I have this other idea.
I have to do the assessment on the podcast.
That's the only way they know that you've actually done it is if it's recorded. They don't believe. They'll think that I would just have taken it for you. Right.
I get that. So the guys who've been driving by my house, they can't just drop off the assessment at my house and I can mail it in.
At this point, they wouldn't even believe that you've done it.
Okay. So what's my other option?
Well, I've been talking it over. I've been looking. I've been thinking. I've been trying to think of a way that we could reclaim the podcast. That we could reclaim James Pod.
We change it to only XXX.
No, that didn't work. That completely backfired.
It only didn't work because we're a James Bond podcast, and that's all we.
But that's all we are. I mean, really, that's all we are.
I mean, that's all we do. and we did Triple X.
But it
so
was so
of course
hard. Like, we didn't really, like...
But really, it was James Bond. So what if we did a Triple X podcast where occasionally James Bond is discussed?
I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if that's me. That's not who I am. You know, if I were to sit back...
You're right. We're not experts in Triple X.
We're not triple experts. You know, that's not who we are.
That was a good one. See, that's the kind of jokes we need in the Triple X podcast.
That would be... But that's it. Then we would be done.
Right.
There we go.
But that would be
one episode.
The shortest, sweetest podcast, 1 million followers. That's all he really wants, right? He just wants followers.
He just wants followers, but he wants to inspire the world. You know, he's all about, you know.
Let me guess. He watched Oprah's Golden Globes speech, and he got all inspired. He's like, "How can I become that?" So he's all hell bent on becoming the next Oprah again, right? Writing books, having a TV show, stuff like that. Is he bringing that stuff up again?
I mean, the book does come up. I mean, how long has it been since we've podcasted? It's been like since June or July of last year, right?
Right. But it's been how long since the book has been discussed?
Hold on. I'm going to see here. So that's August, September, October, November, December.
Digging through the archives?
So 6 months. So no, I'm thinking probably he's brought it up and then dropped it 8 times within that time frame.
He's brought up the book 8 times.
Yeah, like, hey, we need to get back to the book. Hey,
is that a low end exaggeration?
It's probably a low end exaggeration, but it's like, hey, we need to get back to the book, and then
hey guys,
we need.
I could just hear him now. Hey, like that? Was it because he was going crazy?
So then, okay, we'll sit down and we'll work on the book. And then the next day, well, he won't come in the next day. He doesn't come in 2 days in a row. Then, like, the day after, he'll come in and it's like, hey guys, we need to work on Bama Dog U again.
Again? Oh. Okay.
Hey guys, have you written any blogs? Hey guys.
Let me guess. He wanted like video, like a video vlog, too.
That came up once or twice. The vlog. He actually. Did he need asked me. He asked me. He said, "Hey, could you reach out to Aaron?" And I was like, "How? You won't let me talk to him?" And he said, "Oh, that's right." But he was wanting me to ask you if you had the number of that high school kid who was working on the documentary, because he wanted to hire the kid to come all the way. He was going to fly the kid all the way out to Tallahassee. We had
the kid. Fly the kid. We won't fly me. He won't fly me.
He had a map. We had a map how to get to Tallahassee. There's a whole map. He'd come in. He would. So the kid would walk in. He'd get a shot of the building, you know, with the sign or with our faces on it,
Yeah.
And we walk in, and like there's the Bama Creative Group Creed, you know, to enhance the betterment of the people, or in a loop in a way around to increase the world's place in the world. He'd get that sign. He'd walk in. There's all the awards on the wall.
Naturally.
All the awards.
All of our awards.
All the awards, but
and
not
my cat,
potty.
And my cat, Toby's
Toby's
which
award.
is here in Nebraska.
Right,
but he would take it with him.
Not here, but we have
a
picture of it. We have a picture. Well, yeah, he could bring it in and we'd set it up. But
he could do like a Ken Burns effect, like zoom in on the picture that you have of it.
Yeah. So we have a picture of Toby's potty, and then we walk around the building, and then we would all be there. You know, there's this whole thing that Alabama
marker boards,
and then next day comes in. Hey guys, we need to work on the book again, and there was then no talk of the video again.
Okay.
It was brutal,
this sounds productive. It sounds productive.
It was brutal because I mean he was so angry. He was so angry about Triple X.
So would he talk about me? Not
he called me.
His correspondence with me and not doing the assessment and all of these things.
He called me in. Did you just get text from Red?
Yeah, it says, I'll do my best Red voice. Hey, Aaron, this is Red. Have you taken the assessment yet?
It's so funny. He doesn't know how to turn the switch on the microphone, so he sounds so funny. Alabama Dog was so angry. I thought it was done. I thought we were done. I thought I was done about Triple X because he called me in to Have you been to our new offices? You haven't been. You haven't seen any pictures of the new offices, right? Because
I'm scared. I'm scared to go over there.
we have the big conference room. He called me into the conference room. We have
the conference room with like 200 chairs for about 10 employees.
right, and we have on the wall in vinyl letters. We have to enhance the betterment, blah blah blah. We have all that in vinyl lettering on the wall.
Is the vinyl globe still on the wall?
I think it's like different vinyl silhouette things. They keep getting added. There's new stuff every day.
Right. Naturally. Okay.
And on one of the walls is chalkboard paint.
Oh, fun. Cute.
So you and I talked about this before. We were going to use the chalkboard to take pictures in front of, and he sits me down.
That really worked out well, didn't it?
It didn't, because then we were doing all those pictures, and then he didn't want to use any of them.
Did he just keep doing paw prints and get frustrated?
Yeah. And then he was like, just use my original picture. The one that's like 5 years old now or whatever.
With his mustache?
Yeah, with his mustache. He doesn't even have the mustache anymore. His New Hampshire...
He shaved it?
The New Hampshire dog made him shave it.
What kind of... that's horrible.
That's just telling you something, right? So he calls me in. He sits me down in the conference room. And he says, he chews me out about XXX. He's like, that's not James Bond, blah, 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 blah. And then he gives me a piece of chalk. He slides one over to me, and he says, stand up to the chalkboard and write down every reason why I shouldn't get rid of you and Aaron right now. On the chalkboard. He wants me to write down reasons why he shouldn't just get rid of me.
Wait, so you had to give reasons for both yourself and me?
Because...
what kind of boss does... what kind of person does this?
So brutal.
What did you write?
I didn't write anything. The moment passed. I didn't write anything. I held my ground.
Was there like a 10-second awkward pause where you just like had this good, the bad, and the ugly stare down?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
And he wound up leaving that day, and it was tough. But I've.
He left.
He left.
Not you?
Well, no, because he's never. He like comes in. He just comes in and leaves. Comes in. Like I'm there every day.
Just unannounced. It's not on a schedule.
There's no schedule. No. So we can't talk about XXX, right? We can't talk about that anymore.
Okay.
We're going to talk about the next one, and then we were going to talk about the third one, and we can't do that.
Is he there right now? Is he listening?
I don't know.
Are you recording this podcast from your open office plan environment?
Well, no, I'm in the studio. They let me go into the studio.
Well, I didn't know if they've demoted the studio microphone to your desk.
No, we have a whole studio. I mean, it's massive. It's huge. The only time it's ever used is when I record this podcast. But we could
just this podcast.
Exactly.
Right.
I mean, we could actually bring an entire band in here. We have a control room. We have tons of stuff.
It's been about 7 months
since
we've
7 months
done our last podcast.
It's just gigantic studio, and it's only ever used for this.
Do you guys still have Peppy coffee?
No. He got rid of Peppy a long time ago. What I do is I
what?
Yeah, I told you that a long time ago. We got rid of Peppy. Now what I do is I got a Keurig and I bring in Peppy K cups for myself.
Peppy K cups.
Peppy
I didn't know they were doing that now. That's so trendy and so convenient.
Yeah, Peppy K cups.
It's not the same though. You don't have a delivery guy.
Oh, I know, but I got to do what I got to do.
I guess. So does he know you're using Peppy K cups?
He doesn't. He's not paying attention.
Okay, that's true. Okay. Okay, so back to the assessments. He hasn't said anything about me not taking the assessment.
No,
I mean, it's been months.
He has. The only way we're going to keep doing this podcast, according to him, is if I get you to take this assessment on the podcast. So, question 1. My goals in life are clear. And then you would say strongly disagree, neutral, agree, or strongly agree.
Oh, man. What?
My goals in life are clear. So you would then tell me which one you agree.
What do you think he wants to hear? I mean, if I'm answering this to essentially keep my job.
Look,
what did you say?
We could either do this. Or I have another idea.
Okay.
but I'm nervous about telling you this idea.
Just I'm all ears at this point.
Okay. You know our good friend Sailor Sam?
Our good, you're gonna have to loop this out. Oh, you mean our fucking dope friend? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Sailor Sam. He's got the mouth of a sailor. Sailor Sam.
Right. That's the only way you can say that.
So, I was talking to Sailor Sam about the situation,
Okay.
and he said, "Hey, he's had some experience with this. So here's what he suggested. Because I've suggested before to you, say, hey, maybe you give me a little bit of your ownership, and I become the majority. And you said, well, why don't you give me some of yours? But that's not.
Some of yours.
That's not. He said, no, this is the way you do it. So he said,
Is he a lawyer? Is he? What is he?
He's a super smart guy, right? You and I, we hung out with them all the time back in the day. Super smart.
Calling plays and
calling
stuff.
plays only.
So he called the play. He called an audible.
He's calling
and he says,
a play.
Listen, here's okay.
He's calling a play. He says, okay. Sailor Sam says, hey, he says, Sailor Sam, not me. This is him talking. I set up.
Wait, this first of all, he would not say 2 words without.
I know, but I am trying because I don't want the Council of Mothers podcast to be upset with us. So I am filtering out.
We've already got our 2 bleeps.
Yeah. So he says I would set up a shell company called Sailor Sam Investments or something like that. And what we would do, what you and I would do, is we would purchase the entirety of this company using the percentage of our ownership. So we would each become 50% owners of Sailor Sam Investments. And because Sailor Sam Investments then now owns the entirety of our 66%, then Sailor Sam Investments is the majority co-owner of Pod James Pod. And then you and I are now essentially the majority co-owner.
I don't know. This seems kind of sketch.
Wow.
It seems like
it makes perfect sense to me. I mean, I know you don't trust my math, but this seems to completely check out.
Listen, I don't know much about business law, but I don't know if I trust Sailor Sam on this. Okay. Well, okay, but how are we supposed to do this without Bama Dog finding out?
How are we supposed to do it without Bama Dog finding out? This is just, you, me, Sailor Sam. We just make an agreement. I mean, well, how is he going to find out?
Well, he won't let us take our percentages and put it in some investment group without us knowing, right? We have to take a vote on that kind of stuff. Surely there's some sort of paperwork we got to fill out.
No, it seems so simple. Why are you complicating things? Or what's he gonna do? How is he gonna stop us? He's like, it's what do you want to do?
I need an.
Here's what happens. Okay, here's what happens. All right, you say, hey, I'm Aaron. I don't want to own this percentage of my Pod James Pod anymore. So I'm gonna sell it. Essentially, you're selling it to Sailor Sam Investments. But you already own half of Sailor Sam Investments. See? So let's say you're not selling it to, let's say you're selling it to somebody else. Let's say you're selling it to let's say Kevin Hart, the not the comedian, or let's say it's the comedian. Let's say it's the comedian. Either way,
okay.
One of the Kevin Harts says they want to buy it from you. Bama Dog can't stop you from selling to Kevin Hart. Either one of them.
The thing is, I think he could. He's got to know.
All right, here's what.
Okay,
here's
what's to stop you from making me sell this to Sailor Sam, and somehow you already own all of Sailor Sam, so then you get my percentage points?
What are you talking about?
I don't want to be left out in the dust.
This is not me. This is you and me. What do I want to do more than anything?
You want to talk about James Bond?
I want to talk about James Bond. And also, what policy do I live by?
Honesty. Honesty is our policy.
Okay, so I don't even know how you could question me. I'm a little hurt by that.
listen, I appreciate what you've done over there in the Tallahassee headquarters. What you've had to go through, and for holding out as long as you have with the assessment and taking the threat. Even though you did cave first, I think you had our best intentions at heart. Okay.
Yeah, I will.
And for that reason,
Okay, here.
Despite
no, hold on. Here, no.
Okay.
I don't want you to feel pressured. Here's what I want you to do. We have more James Bond comics, right? You've been keeping up with the Dynamite comics, James Bond comics, right?
Yeah, I read the next one,
Yeah.
assuming that we would eventually get to it.
I'll tell you what. Let's call an audible here. We were going to talk about Triple X2: The Revenge.
So now you're pulling a Sailor Sam.
A little bit.
We're calling it okay.
So instead of talking about Triple X, whatever Xer, whatever the second one is, State of the Union, I think is what they call it.
State of the Union.
We're not talking about that one because we were told not to.
Well, you don't like Ice Cube?
Let's talk. That's not what I'm saying at all.
I think you have something against Ice Cube.
Instead of Ice Cube, let's talk about Eidolon.
That was bad.
Wow.
That would not make the cut.
That would not
of
be
our other podcast.
That would not be on the Triple X podcast. While we're talking about Eidolon, you think it over. Okay, you think over the Sailor Sam Investments idea. All right, because I don't want you to just don't make just a gut instinct. Think it over. Really be sure about what you want to do.
That's all I do. Is I want to be honest. So okay, well I appreciate that. Even if I get my mind off it for a few minutes, I might.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to need an answer by the end of the episode. But, no pressure.
Whoa, gee,
no pressure.
What?
No pressure,
I didn't know that.
I said no pressure.
So do you actually read Eidolon?
I did read Eidolon. Of course I read Eidolon. I mean, what am I? I'm a James Bond expert. I'm the guy who won 007 Seen It.
007
Seen it.
So I'm surprised they haven't sent one. We both won 007 Seen It. It was at my house. We were both playing, and we won as a whole.
I won the game.
You won because we won.
All right. Well,
how many times do I have to explain this? This is why you didn't win.
I did win. I did win the game.
But we won.
It's on whatever we record this on. It was a whole episode. We played the game.
It was on
tape or whatever we do. I don't know. What do we do?
So at this point, I'm really surprised that this comic book, Dynamite Comics or whatever, is not sending us these comics, these graphic novels for us to proofread, for us to for our input, story input. Because look what happened with Spectre, and Simmons is not taking our advice, right?
Right.
So any sort of James Bond entity that's come out since, you would think people would wise up and turn to the experts.
Since when? Since Skyfall?
Skyfall. Yeah, since Skyfall. Yeah. Since we started our podcast.
Right.
I don't even know what year that was.
It was
2013.
It was in the 90s, I thought.
Oh, well, it feels like that because we've been experts for that long.
Right.
Ever since the very first James Bond movie we both watched.
Yeah. GoldenEye.
Was that your first?
Yeah, it was my first.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So it sounds like what you're saying is you feel like Dynamite had some problems with Eidolon. You were not a fan of Eidolon.
Well, listen. I mean, we talked about Varger
on
a previous episode, and that's the comic book that the first James Bond book they came out with, right?
Yeah, that is.
That I'm aware of. And I know I'm not the comic book expert, but it's just reading this and looking at this. It's like they didn't take any of our criticisms to heart, and some of the things we liked about it, kind of stayed in there, then I think about it and I think, I'm sure Carlin's going to lecture about something that's going on here about the illustrator and I don't know, all this nonsense. I'm just waiting for you to kind of babble on.
What? What are you talking about lecture? I don't have a lecture to say. I mean, here's what I'm going to say. I actually liked Eidolon more than Varger.
Yeah, but is that because of the story or like the style or like what changed?
Yeah, so I'm reading it. I'm reading the story, and I'm actually thinking, oh man, this could have been the movie that followed Skyfall. This could have been Spectre, because I mean they pull in an aspect of Spectre in this comic. Now, I mean, we should probably preface there are spoilers. We get so into that when we talk about James Bond, it's like we just
getting the nitty gritty of it.
It's so detailed. There's so much detail that
this is all we've been doing. All
could
episode.
be exactly. It could be that there'll be spoilers. I don't know. I found James Bond himself. In the previous one, I was like, oh, he's kind of like Archer, and I found him not quite as off-putting in this one. I liked the MI5 aspect where he was having to work internally with another agency.
Yeah.
I liked the ending. I mean, I thought the ending was really. He's cold. James Bond is cold. He convinces this guy basically to kill himself, and then James Bond just like, whatever, sucker.
Yeah, I will agree. I liked this story better. I think the novelty of, at least for me, being a graphic novel novice, is that the novelty of seeing James Bond in this format kind of wore off for me. Where I think the illustrations are on par with the first one. Really cool stuff. I think the violence is it's toned down a little bit for Bond, but it's still very violent. We talked about the violence in the last one.
It seemed to be still very strong, but not as bad as the first one. The first one had those exploding bullets.
Gosh.
Which just seemed to be like it seemed to be a little over the top for Bond.
The neck cracking in this one seemed to be a little bit much, but other than that, it's fine. I read this and it maybe goes back to my. Well, of course I'm an expert. Okay, I'm an expert, right? But I think it's hard for me to read this and not expect there to be more to it. Like I felt I needed another 200 pages to flesh out any of these characters because it ended. I'm like, oh, it ended? It's already done? I thought it was just getting started.
And that's fair. I would say that in some ways, like if you were, like as I say, yeah, this should be the movie. This should have been Spectre in some ways. I mean, I like Spectre. I did like Spectre, but in some ways I like this better. But it would have needed to be fleshed out more. Like this is
right.
This is like the beginning of the movie and the end of the movie, and there's like a whole middle missing or something.
Right. I'm so used to that James Bond movie goodness that this just isn't cutting it for me. Right. I think it has elements that could be used in a cool movie, but it needs a whole new treatment. I'll tell you one thing that I couldn't stand in this graphic novel, and that was Felix.
Why was Felix?
Because Felix was the Zach Morris of the James Bond world in this book. You just look at him, and you like want to punch him in the face. He is so arrogant and annoying. That it's amazing that James Bond is even like talking to this guy or semi-trusting this guy, and I feel like I never get that with any other time with Felix except for in this book. I was like, oh my gosh, who decided Felix was going to be like this? It was horrible. I'm just trying to find a picture of him.
There is a Dynamite comic about Felix, and I haven't read it yet.
Yes.
I have it. I have purchased it because I'm looking forward to doing shows. So many more shows. Hopefully, all this stuff gets worked out. You agree, and we get the and we do all these episodes. And so I want to do a whole episode on the Felix comic. And I don't know if it's the same.
I can't wait for that.
I don't know if it's the same guy or not.
Well, they're by Dynamite, right?
Yeah, but
I assume it's the same.
There's
right?
an aspect to me that would find it humorous if it's not. Like going back, kind of as a throwback to the old James Bond movies where Felix was different every movie.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, who knows? Maybe they'll listen to this podcast and then they'll say, "Hey, listen, we got to go back and change some things around."
Maybe. I mean, I'm sure they are listening to this podcast. They've been they just like Janice have been waiting for a new episode for.
They've been holding their breath
quite some time.
Listen, Janice. She was not happy with the Triple X episode either.
I am not surprised.
And so I kind of bit my tongue when it came to responding to Bama Dog's criticisms. But when Janice wrote her letter, I was a little crushed. Do you know what it said?
I do want to know what it said. I mean, I think. Do I want to know what it said?
Hang on, I gotta find it. It's fan mail from Janice.
Let me ask you this before you say, how long after we dropped the episode did she write to you? Like, was it right after, or was there like some time?
Oh, she's an avid listener. She has our website as her homepage. She has, of course, she subscribes to our podcast, so she gets an alert when it comes out.
Uh-huh.
So it was a matter of hours. Okay. Dear Aaron, Triple X, question mark, love Janice. So, I mean, that says a lot. Triple X, question mark.
I mean,
She has her doubts about the future of the podcast, which...
Are you getting all that from what she said in that message? Like, that's what you're thinking?
That's not what I'm thinking. It's what she wrote.
Okay.
You have to read between the letters.
Okay. Do you think it'd be okay if I addressed Janice right now? Like, if I just right now addressed her?
I mean, it seems risky to lose our number one fan. But
I don't want to lose her. I
Sure.
just want... Hey, Janice.
Sure.
Hey, Janice. It's Carlin. It's me. I know you're more of a fan of Aaron than me, and I get that. I just want to assure you that Aaron and I are all about the future of this podcast. We have so many plans. We have so many more comic books. We have so many more things to talk about James Bond, and there is nothing but future in this podcast. Okay, all right. Do you think that helps?
I'm not sure she's going to buy that. I mean, it's coming from you. So that alone. That alone.
Say what?
No, I can't do it. We have a. That's not our kind of relationship. We have a very special podcaster fan relationship.
Okay, let me try again. This time I'm gonna address Janice here. Okay. You ready?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, what do you think? Did I cover it?
Oh yeah. What are you hitting on her?
No.
What are you saying? What are you saying about our podcast?
I'm saying, we got so many more.
She is not going to be a fan of that.
How not? I was telling her we have so many. Everything I said before.
She's gonna know that you don't respect her thoughts or her opinions.
That is not true. I totally respect her thoughts and opinions.
She's gonna be so mad.
Okay.
I can't wait.
I when I said, "Oh yeah," I was saying everything I had just said before. That's what I was.
That's what you think, but like I said, you don't know. You don't know how Janice works.
Okay, all right. Let me ask you this about
sorry, Janice. I'm sorry.
Let me ask you this about Eidolon. What did you think about the MI5 aspect, and then being a lot of it being set in the UK? We've had that discussion before when we talked about these movies. Like not a lot of them are set in the UK. The Skyfall was, but
listen, we're in a
Cigar Girl. She was in the in the UK, there at the beginning of The World Is Not Enough.
Right.
But there's not a whole lot of action in the UK, and this one, a lot of it. I liked a lot of this guy's turned bad, and this guy's not actually a traitor, and blah blah blah, and I don't know. I think I've said that before. I think I'm up for it. We've had 24 of these movies. I'm up for a little bit of air quotes domestic action.
Some domestic Secret Service agencies. Listen, I like the whole idea of MI5 pitted against MI6. We live in a post Skyfall society, and I think it's something that should be taken up. I think it takes us kind of away from that globe-trotting James Bond figure that we're so used to, and this is kind of like a low budget Bond. I don't mind it.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe not.
What this would kind of be, and you were saying once, there should be a James Bond movie every year, da da da. And
when did I say? When did I say
you
it?
said it before.
The James Bond universe.
Yeah, the James Bond universe. We should have.
Okay, if they make a Felix movie, they better not base it off this guy.
I mean, they could do a James Bond TV show, and this would be a great episode of the TV show.
Ooh, a Money Penny TV show?
Yeah, exactly. Or I know there was an MI5 TV show, but they could do something like that, where it's like, it's the MI6 TV show, and then you just get different agents.
Oh, a Q TV show? No, I want a TV show that's based on Q.
A live action grown up James Bond Jr., which we kind of got already. With You Only Need One. We kind of got that already.
I mean, that's true.
But
that's true.
I kind of need more than one of those.
Gosh, they're bringing back every other show. They should bring back James Bond Jr. A live action James Bond Jr. movie.
Let's do it. James Bond Jr.
TV show.
Okay, I got another question for you. I'm just gonna.
What?
Here's what I mean. Do you agree or not? Okay, if people are rude to me, I just shrug it off. Do you would you strongly disagree, or would you just disagree?
You're trying to get me back into the assessment.
Well, I'm not sure you're going to go for the Sailor Sam plan, so I got to come up with. You got to do one or the other.
I'll answer one question. You pick not either of those two. You pick one.
Oh, not either of these two. I pick one.
Yeah. Just pick a different question. I'll do one.
Okay, just one.
Yeah, just one to start.
Okay, let me find a good one. Let me find one. The same deal. So you strongly disagree, all the way to strongly agree.
Okay.
All right. So this is the statement. To what extent do you agree or disagree with the following statement? I consistently put full time and effort into everything I do.
Everything I do.
Everything you do.
I can't. I'm not gonna. I changed my mind. I'm not answering that. Okay, fine. Let's do the Sailor Sam.
Let's do the Sailor Sam
plan. Yeah, let's do the plan. Even though you kind of have you kind of ripped me off in terms of my personal finances.
What are you talking about? I ripped you off.
And you also kind of messed up this whole 33%.
You also messed that up. You also messed it up.
Of our podcast. I'm gonna give you another shot because I believe in third chances, and I'm going to put my faith in this plan thought up by you and thought up by Sailor Sam. Sailor Sam, yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's do it. I'm tired of playing Bam Dog's games. Let's make him play our games.
All right, that's what I'm talking about.
Let's make him
let's
adjust to us.
You know what it's like? It's like MI5 and MI6 working together. It's like we're a little Eidolon thing going on right here.
I hope you're not playing a double agent though.
I'm not.
Are you on both teams?
No. Speaking of teams, dodgeball.
Yes, dodgeball.
You know what I've noticed? Because we haven't been able to communicate at the dodgeball teams. We've played when our teams have played. We haven't been able to communicate. I have noticed that I have no longer been able to.
We've mostly been doing the VR dodgeball. So we have all the headsets.
Yeah.
And we play your team occasionally.
I have not been able to have any success with my my play that I created. That's I guess I'm just gonna have to retire it. But it was really good. It was the hey pass the nines. I guess somehow that my secret play got out, and I don't know how that happened. So I'm guessing maybe that was you.
I don't know anything about that.
Okay.
Why would you blame me?
I don't know. Just maybe that's what happened.
Honesty is our policy.
Yeah.
As far as I know, I haven't been in communication with headquarters for a while now. Is that written up on a marker board still somewhere? Is it on vinyl on a wall?
That you haven't.
Our mission. This is our mission. Make beautiful things. Honesty is our whatever our mission is, but something.
No, to enhance the betterment of the people, or in a loop, in a way, around to increase the world's place in the world.
Right. I guess not mission. Our strategy or whatever. I don't know. I just assume it would be up on the wall.
Yeah, it's somewhere. There's a lot of vinyl on the wall.
Okay.
All right. As you know,
Are you drafting anyone?
Are you? I mean, our teams are locked in, right? We're not gonna draft anybody.
No, my team is locked in. I thought. Wait a second. Yeah, my team is locked in.
Okay.
There's no way. The only possible changes I would make is taking somebody who was on my bench and putting them back on my starting 10.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Top tier, middle tier, or bottom tier on Eidolon?
Oh, jeez, I'm trying to remember where I put Varger, and we don't even have it on our website.
Oh, are you kidding me? Hold on.
Those Babylonians aren't good for anything.
Yeah, we need to do something.
The website. Yeah. No. The Varger. When we talk about Varger, so we're talking about Eidolon. We talked about Varger before, and you.
What are you talking about?
You didn't put the rating on the website.
What do you need?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we're paying you to do.
I can fix it then.
Okay. I'm back. I don't have a clue what we rated it. I'm saying middle. Eidolon, middle.
Yeah, I'll say middle.
Okay. All right.
Fine. Tell them to put it on the website.
I just did.
We'll put it
The new one?
Website.
Okay.
Put it on the website.
Is I only need one up there?
I don't know. I guess somebody will have to go through and do an audit.
What about Triple X?
They'll have to go do an audit.
Did we even rate Triple X? It's been so long.
Do an audit? Okay.
Yeah, do an audit. Okay. I don't know.
Now we have to start fact checking everything that's on the website.
All right. I'm gonna get with Sailor Sam. He's gonna probably fax over some papers to you. Okay. If you have any questions, just go through him. All right. Because I don't know, since you didn't take the test, I don't know if this is going to work out. If they're going to let me talk to you.
hold. Well, how long is this paperwork going to take?
I mean, it should go pretty quick. Like, a couple weeks or whatever, it should all be done.
Couple weeks.
I mean, they gotta do some. Oh my gosh. They gotta take it in. They gotta
listen. I don't know how much longer I can hold off on not doing this assessment.
Okay, well,
Bam Dog's going to be. He's going to be barking up a storm trying to get me to sign it. Not sign it. Take it.
Yeah, I know. But hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
Well, tell Sailor Sam to move on.
Yeah, I'll get him moving on. Okay. All right. In the meantime, we'll figure it out. We'll come back. We'll be in charge again. We'll do this podcast again. That's the only way this is going to work. Okay? Hang in there.
Okay.
All right.
We'll talk again.
We'll talk about some James Bond again. All right.
Okay.
See you later.
Okay, bye.